Sit, turn, tap, sit. Good boy. Ruff.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff.
It's Wrestling Rundown with Jay Santy. Live from New York,
Turnbuckle Tabloid.
It's Wrestling
All
Rundown.
right, all right.
Jay
Cut off the loop.
Santy.
I get it. So, this has been a interesting weekend. Waited another day because the initial announcement comes out, and you pretty much never know what's going to be the full rundown of future endeavors that's going to occur. And we hear news of another. It wasn't a release, but basically their contract is not going to be renewed and such. But WWE does their annual Black Friday, and usually around the time after WrestleMania, we see this happen. Anything? I know this isn't a shock to most, but was it a shock to you, Mike, that it happened so soon?
Not really, because I think more than likely, like we all knew this was going to happen. I think for the wrestlers and for us, it's out of the way now. So, because I mean, for a lot, when we get into these releases, some of them are like 30 days, so and others are perfectly timed for the summertime. So, because I mean, I think it's one of those things where the longer you drag out, the more people tend to get stressed out or tend to like think. Or they might be on chopping block for some reason. God only knows why, but I think now is the perfect time for it to happen.
I immediately once this happens, you get the backlash from the fan base. It's like, why did this happen? Why are we doing this? It's crazy. People need jobs, in the climate that we're in, blah, 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 blah. But as always, I have to tell people, it's like, this is business. It happens, especially in wrestling. Everybody can't stay in one place forever. Not everyone is blessed to have, long-standing contracts like Roman Reigns or Seth Rollins and such. Cena, but there are instances where you gotta get let go if they're not, especially if they're not doing anything for you or doing anything with you. It's like a show that Coco Cabana used to do called "Creative Has Nothing for You," and that's just basically what it is for many of these wrestlers.
Well, I mean, people complain about WWE, but not recently. AEW did the same thing. Like, why do you think Rusev and Aleister Black are back in WWE now?
Right.
Why do you think we have Pentagon and Phoenix in WWE as well? Why not Ricky Starks? I mean, like you said, it's a business. Unfortunately, especially with WWE, when you have a roster of I'm gonna say be generous, like 300 plus people under a contract with like a talent alone, some people are unfortunately gonna get cut. I mean, the day before there was like 10 writers that got cut, and
Right.
there was time for the talent. And I don't know any of the writers, so I don't know if we're gonna get into that. But I think the talent more is what's gonna be the focus.
Well, the one thing I can say about with the writers thing and people in those managerial positions is the fact that Many have speculated that with the reception that uh, WWE had received with the uh, results of what occurred during WrestleMania, the buildup wasn't there. There was a lackadaisical booking, and it seems as though that the planning sessions of storyboarding what happens with the main event and such didn't really go to plan, and somebody got to get hit with the with you know with the kill shot. So that's what it was. Somebody had to pay for it. It wasn't going to be the chief content creator. It wasn't going to be him. So somebody had to fall on the sword for it, and unfortunately, it was a lot of those who were in the writers' room.
Well, let me reverse the question to you. Are you surprised at how at the timing of this? Like, did you think like after Backlash, or maybe this should have been a little later on?
No, I think this is the right time, especially if you want to start doing the resets on After Mania. This is probably the better way to go. They brought in talent. There's some talent that's just there, that been around. And you got to take in consideration as well. For you to be with one company for at least 3 years, 4 years is a testament to what work you did with them.
Right.
Some of these talents has been there for quite some time, and
Right.
maybe this is an opportunity for them to branch out and do something else. Once you get that WWE logo on your resume, automatically it says, "All right, 10 times my usual rate going in the Indies. 10 times. We're already bumping that." So that's one thing. And also, there's certain talent here that can go away and come back. I see a few of them here that I know that can come back in some time period. But we'll get to it right now. We're gonna look at. I'll show you an image. We'll discuss the image, and then we'll go from there. All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
Pretty much just gonna be the order of like how everybody got released. Or
no,
like,
no, no. I'm just throwing it up. Anybody else up there?
oh,
So
okay.
first, the Shotzi's. This is the one that we knew happened yesterday, and basically she wasn't released, but she just told her contract would not be renewed. Is this shocking to you?
Um. Yes and no. Honestly, yes, because I think because just looking at her, she definitely had the most unique look out of the women roster. But I think ring wise, I think like, she wasn't up to par with a lot of the newer women that are about to be called up, or at least they're developing in NXT. So, and I think her ACL tear really took her out of the mix. And I think she came back in NXT where they paired her with Gigi Dolan and Taylor Paxley, Chemical X. They're trying to get over, but where I don't know. I think just with just this overall with them not renewing her contract, I think she definitely has maybe bigger sights, maybe because I don't know. I don't know. This one I really wasn't shocked about, but it was more of just like just like disappointed that they really didn't use her to their full capacity when they called her up.
Yeah, Shotzi has very much indie appeal. And that's not a bad thing. She has an indie look. She's gonna get a really strong fan base on that. But also with her, um, I think that the injury did hurt her. No pun intended. And I think that it looked like she was on her way because we saw a scare not too long ago afterwards that there was something going on that maybe she wasn't quite ready to come back and such. As in ring wise, I didn't think she was a bad worker. I thought she was actually fairly decent, above average and such. I just think that she was just still trying her final way in. I know the tank entrance and such was over. But I think that there was just something else that was just lacking with her. I like this look here. I actually thought this was one of her best looks here.
Yeah,
And I really felt as though that she could have found a way to break through and maybe stir up something more in NXT with the faction that you mentioned. I thought she was really solid there. My prediction for her, wouldn't be surprised she pops up in TNA. I honestly do, and this is gonna say for a lot of people there as well. Would not be surprised she pops up in TNA, and she is one that I say will be someone that comes back. I give it about 2 years, maybe. I believe that she'll come back.
right. I think like we said with the injury too. I think also too when she got initially called up, where like when Vince was in charge, where like pre-pandemic, I think, or it was afterwards. I think it was after the pandemic, but when they brought her up and then they immediately took the tank away from her, it was like she had pretty much had to start from like pretty much from the beginning at that point. Where I think if they just let her get over like with what she did at NXT and then not stop with the heel babyface nonsense, I think she could have also got over. But a little too late, honestly, with the new regime. But I think TNA is definitely a good option for her. I don't want to leave AEW out the window with this one. Maybe AEW can do good with her, but we'll have to wait and see.
Next up, don't know much about him. To be honest, I I don't know like how long he was in the company. I'm not shocked here.
Eh,
I get it. But the only thing that did shock me was the fact that Chase U is returning,
with the new
and
with the whole new cast with Andre Chase.
right, and Osborne isn't going to be part of that. I mean, you've probably seen more of him than I have. What was your thoughts on him?
But you know what the funny thing is too is that they add him into the group, and he really didn't do anything. Honest to God, I mean, the only thing he actually did, which is funny enough, was when he went to TNA and competed in one of the Ultimate X matches on one of their shows. So, I mean, I don't know when they disbanded Chase U. This dude's push pretty much was dead.
Mm,
And you know what sucks too is that I don't like with the reporting of like everybody was the reason for cuts was because of like lazy work ethics. Like I mean, I don't want to call anybody out on that report, but for a guy like this, I mean, they didn't even think of sending them to Evolve or like there's like 3 developmental brands, and they just said, you know what, let's cut this dude, let's cut our losses. So I don't know what this dude's deal was, but I mean, and as far as like talent wise, I honestly can't judge. I don't have an expert opinion on this dude.
yeah, I don't either. I said he's probably just one of those guys that I can't even predict what'll happen for him. He'll pop up somewhere under another name, and we'll be like, "Oh shit, that's that guy from Chase U." Oh, okay.
This is definitely gonna be one of those guys that goes to Japan and makes a big deal out of himself, and we're talking about him in the next 5 years. But like I don't know. This is probably definitely they looked at the contracts and said like, okay, he's not making much, so let's cut his.
Right.
I mean, honestly.
Next up,
Okay, this one.
this one was interesting. I thought that I thought Ora Mensa probably had the most potential of the most recent classes.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Unique look.
right, and talented kid. There's something there. Part of metaphor, right?
Yeah, it was him, Noam, Lash, and Jakara.
I found it interesting that they broke them up last week, and then
On Friday afternoon, 2 of them get cut. We'll talk about the other
right,
one later. So pretty much Noam. You know what the thing is too is like this was pretty much if they wanted to, there was another team they could have done with Aura and Noam, but they pretty much cut their losses with Aura Mensa. I mean, like he was there for a couple years at NXT. Again, injuries. I don't know what was his reason for being off TV for a lot of the time, but he just came back, and
right.
now he's gone.
Just Marco is up here, he's putting up his yo, what up, Santi Mook, and he put he's talking about Shotzi. I think she'll end up helping to build AAA. I wouldn't be surprising for Shotzi. I'm uh for her to pop up. They need that kind of talent, and if Kona's not there, she would be great. That's not a bad destination for her. That's what I was saying. Like a lot of these talents looks like that they could be still in the same circle of the WWE. As for Mensa, I think with him there's an upswing. I think with him that he will do some work on the indies, and I would not be surprised to see him pop up in AEW somewhere. I for some reason I could see him as an AEW talent.
Well, remember, this dude was originally like an NXT UK dude. So,
Right,
I mean, Progress and ICW will definitely be happy to take him back wherever he
right,
was overseas. But, I mean, maybe he'll make some money over here, which hopefully he should. So,
right. Next up. So another one. Who?
I mean, he popped up on NXT for a couple times, but I have no idea what kind of character he had. Or, I mean, I'm looking at it, I'm like, okay, I think I recognize who, but I don't know.
Yeah, Javier Bernal. Yeah, no clue.
I mean, it sucks that you lost your job, buddy, but I mean, just get back on your feet and hope for greatness. I mean, you just scream Ring of Honor to me, so.
Maybe. Like I said, no, I have no frame of reference to go with him, so I'll leave it at that.
uh,
Eddie,
okay, this one
this was
caught me off guard.
this was interesting. Okay, talented kid, very talented kid.
Right.
Um,
It was a
has
slow.
a look,
It was a slow start when they initially brought him in. Then it
right,
was only until recently they decided to give this guy a push, a character, and he goes out with a big win over their big NXT guy, which is like the weirdest thing you could say about him.
right. Has a look to him, very
Uh-huh.
much so. I thought that as a heel, he was building up to something for me. I saw it, and in ring wise, I really didn't see any flaws with him. This was kind of surprising for me.
Yeah, I mean the heat that he got in that one match with Trick on that Vengeance Day show. I mean, you think this guy's the most over heel on the entire roster, and now it's like you just cut your losses with a guy that potentially could have been mid card at best for you. Like I said, this guy came from the New Japan dojo, and then he started off slowly as the happy-go-lucky babyface, and then he started standing up to the authority, and like Shawn Michaels or Ava, which was the funny thing because people praised him for like being smarter than Ava at certain points, and then it was like why I don't want to boo him, I want to cheer him because he's outsmarting the authority figure. That's stupid.
Yeah, I really thought that, you know, if you'd have let him just, cook in the air fryer for a little while longer, you might had somebody here who could have really shocked a lot of people on how charismatic he could be. Um, gonna say I see a return for him as well. I think they might realize later on the line that they might have dropped the ball with him,
Hmm.
and maybe that I could see him probably return within the next 6 months to a year. Honestly, I don't see him being out there for way too long. By the way, I want to thank everybody who's been checking in on Facebook and on YouTube. Thank you guys for the shout outs and such. Now, since I opened up the video to public on Facebook, we can now see comments and such on there. So that's what I just realized what we had to do. So if you want to chime in the conversation, jump in, guys. It's more than free to. We enjoyed the back and forth, and let us continue. Next up,
I just want to say one final thing on Eddie. The last thing on WWE TV that he's going to be acknowledged for is calling out for Alexis King, saying like, it's people like you that get title shots over people like me.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, and you know what? That's why I say I think people like him will make a return. I think guys like him will make a return. Next up, Jakara Jackson.
yep. She's been her partners with Lash for the last 2 years, and
Uh,
she's been on WWE TV for the last couple for the past year with title shots against like, whoever the tag team. I think it was like when Bianca and
yeah,
Jade had the belts, but overall, really, she has like a look. She has the visual presentation. She is a beautiful woman. So it's. But what I think once they paired her with Lash, they helped Lash's in ring style too. Because when Lash started off by her own, she was green as shit. But now it's with her. When they paired her, and then they put them with Noam and Aura. There was definitely an act there that could have maybe translated onto the main roster, or at least kept going if all of them were healthy.
yeah. I thought. what she got caught up in the mix, and I think a lot of these women, and especially the women that they're gonna get caught up in the mix, is the fact that a lot of them are just copy and paste. A lot of them seem to have like the same look, the same gimmick, and fans can't really um find the difference between any other of them. And it's not the stereotype. It's just there's something with them that's saying that like we can't find other gimmicks for them. Like it always has to be something still centralized. I mean, it's either you're the catty, c word kind of woman, bad girl kind of thing, or you're just this real off the rails kind of person. Like I don't know. Uh, I think they really
She was the girl with the lollipop.
right, and that's the only real gimmick that they really have. Um, WWE Rhea Ripley Women's Championship wins Backlash. We'll get to predictions soon enough, but that could be interesting. Um, yeah, I don't. Like I said, I think she just got caught up in the rapture of just being in the same kind of model as a lot of other women, and I think that's just the reason why. Didn't look bad when she got a call up for the main roster for a couple of matches. She looked fairly decent.
I mean, I was pegging her and Lash for a main roster call up. I mean, you're thinking the draft if they want to do something with these women's tag belts. You have a team here. You have two women that also they've been going to TNA too and doing a lot of work over there as well. So this one kind of is in the shocking area where it's like now WWE's looking at Lash and saying, okay, we're gonna push you to the moon. We're gonna try you again as a single. But I mean, I saw somebody say this. I'm looking at Jakar, and this might be offensive, but this is kind of like the attempt at like a Sasha Banks because I mean, look at her. I mean, she's definitely
Yeah,
giving off that vibe.
yeah. Cora J shocked me. Yeah, we'll get to that in a second. I have some words about that one. But yeah, I could see that. It has the same kind of feel with yeah, like a Sasha. I could see that.
Well,
Next
this
up.
one, I mean, Ring of Honor. I mean, she definitely needs to improve her in ring style first.
There's another one. I tell you, I did my WWE Universe mode roster yesterday. I finally was able to do it because I was having kind of some trouble what to fill TNA with, and boy, my roster got filled real quick.
Yeah, really.
Yeah, real quick. I can see her going there as well. That could be she could be TNA bound as well. Next up,
Oh,
uh Alice. Interesting. This is a veteran fucking team that there was no downside for them. I thought that Gallus was one of these factions, this team that no flaws, nothing there that screamed get them out of here. This is a really, really talented group, man. Your thoughts?
I think I agree with you with all three of them being talented. I think when they presented them, where it's two brothers and Wolfgang, it always seems weird to me that the one brother was pegged to be the single star, and the other one was going to be Wolfgang's partner. Where I think Wolfgang is the most talented out of all three of them.
Right.
For a
Right.
big guy that can do like a swanton, like he's kind of like a Jacob Fatu type, where he's agile as fuck. Because then you have the Coffee Brothers, who are pretty much like your Sheamus, your Drew McIntyre types, where they like to like put a beating on their opponents. But
Right.
this one fell into the category of like if they weren't gonna get called up, I mean, just don't do anything with them, or at least just cut your losses because it felt like these guys were made roster ready for 2.5 years now.
Yeah. I felt the same way. I think they dropped the ball when they had an opportunity to bring them up. I would have loved to have seen them in some bangers against like the War Raiders or American Made. Like I would have loved to have seen some kind of matches somewhere on the main roster against some top tier tag team wrestling up there. It's just it's just one of those things that the roster gets inflated, but at the same time in NXT, it's like, what else are we doing for tag teams down there? What's happening down there?
Not
Yeah,
so much. I mean, and remember they were NXT UK guys as well. So,
yeah,
and when they disbanded, when they pretty much said no more to NXT UK, they came over it pretty much they gave them the belts right away, and then there's like, okay, you're gonna be around for a little bit, and then a little bit seemed to be a long time, and then like there was no main roster. It seemed like there was no main roster plans for any of them, and I don't know what's their backgrounds where like they did want to maybe go on the road all the time. Maybe they were comfortable being in Florida, but I mean, ICW in progress, like overseas, will definitely be happy to take them back.
Yeah, listen, Wolfgang was with them for a long time though. He was with the company for a while.
He was like
also,
the original four with like
yeah, yeah, yeah.
with Pete, Trent, and Tyler.
Right, yeah. So he had a solid run with them there. I don't see them going too far away. Would
Mhm.
not be surprised if they pop up in AEW. I think that could be a good fit for them as well. Maybe on ROH, but I would not see them. Wouldn't be surprised at it. Of course, going back to Progress or Rev Pro and all that, those guys are gonna freaking there. That's an easy fit.
Yeah.
But I think honestly that I could see states wise they'll have a solid AEW shot there.
Hmm.
Next up,
Up.
uh,
No, she's still there.
I thought they had her released.
No, Taylor Pax's still there.
Other. Oh no, that wasn't the one. I'm sorry. I was looking for what was her name? Palmer. That's what it was. That's why I was quickly going through it. I was looking for Palmer. As for Danny Palmer, like, what did we see from her?
Oh, I think it's like a blonde UK chick.
Yeah.
Okay, I mean, unfortunately, did they try like a cyber gimmick with her where she was like on the computer, like she was doing something on the computer? No, I don't remember. It was like one of those weird vignettes where they put her on a team
No, no,
for
no.
a few weeks and then.
No, wasn't she? Who did she remind me of? She reminded me of uh Ellering.
Oh, Rachel.
Yeah, that's who she reminded me. I'm gonna show you her right now. That's who it was.
Huh. I don't remember seeing her name on the list. Really?
Yeah, on the list that I have, that she's on there. Let me see. Is she still employed with WWE? Yeah, it says she's also leaving the company, so it seems that she's probably not renewing her contract.
Mm.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what they did with her, but as talent wise, I don't remember her. Don't see her. Don't know who she is.
Right. Unfortunately.
Yeah. Next up, oh, this one. Oh my God, this one hurts. Oh,
Yes. Because, like I said earlier, it seemed like they had a thing with her, Shotzi, and Tatum Paxi, but I mean, and also that's like, where else does she go? Because she went to the other company and they fired her too. So it's like your options are limited. I mean, uh, Stardom, like one of those like female wrestling promotions over in Japan, maybe. But overall, I think they really dropped the ball with this one. I think when they paired her with Mandy and JCJ, she always stood out to me. She was always the experienced one, and talent wise, she has it. But I don't know. I think again, like her injury derailed her to the point where when the other women started getting on the rise, she definitely fell to the wayside. Unfortunately.
oh my God, Gigi Dolan, everything, just the look. I mean, she even can talk. She has a personality, and she's a solid worker. I mean, she's a vet. I mean, come on, let's give it what it is. Oh, this is good. This is another one I think they're gonna play really close. I think there's another one I might make another return within probably a year. I
Mm-hmm.
think they might keep. I think they might recommend her for like a TNA thing as well. I think she'll pop up there. Um,
I mean, that's Priscilla Kelly because she's not going to be Gigi Dolan anymore.
right. So, I think she is going to be someone that yeah, I think she's not going to go too far away. I think she's just to look. All right, let me just business the ass. Oh my God, the ass. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she's yummy. She's delicious. I don't think they're gonna let her go too far away.
Jesus, Jay.
I'm sorry. It's just it brings it out of me sometimes. Next up,
Okay. This one, Braun Strowman. Should we mention? Should we mention this is the second time he's got released?
Yeah. Um, I'm gonna be honest here. Braun had something going for him in his early days with the Wyatts. You didn't put him back with them. You kept them separate. You have nothing for him. I mean, the days of the humongous big man, like that kind of look, that kind of feel,
Mm-hmm.
it's they're they're attractions. They're it's the era of Andre again. You could come in, do whatever, and then leave. That's all it is.
Should have been older 2017. I mean, that's what Jay. Remember how over this dude was when they
Yeah.
initially did the draft and they split him from the Wyatts? This dude was running around saying, "I'm not finished with you." But then once they started doing gimmicky shit like that, like a choo choo sound effects for when he's about to run around the ring, where it was like this dude became comedy, and that was the one thing everybody hated. Once because Vince wants his big man to be serious and be funny, but look at him. I mean, talking about this last run, he put over both Bronson Reed and he put over Jacob Fatu. So I mean, he did the honors on the way out, but it's like this run, there's really nothing memorable to come out of it.
I
For him
I'm
personally, he missed WrestleMania this year. He was perfectly healthy.
Yeah, but he's also been having some nagging injuries that's been going. There's this talk about that he's lost like 15% of movement on his left leg. Um, and
Bullshit.
not for nothing. I mean, he said it himself. He said he said it in a recent interview. Torn under, but he still can go. Like he can still wrestle. I would have, like I said, I would have put him as a heater. I would have put him with somebody, um, and got him. Uh, not as a tag team, but part of a faction or something. Like I said, maybe you're gonna put him with the Wyatts or pair him up with him, like with Karrion Cross and get a group going on. Get him with Aleister Black, somebody.
Yeah, when
Um,
they did the same with Elias, I knew he was done. I mean, yeah, when they gave him like the oversized violin thing. It was
they gave him the base.
yeah.
They gave him the base.
But it's like when you just mentioned it like, too, where he's on the roster at the same time as the Wyatts are, and there was no interaction. They moved them all over to SmackDown. One injury to Bo, and the whole Wyatt Six is off TV. Like, I mean, they moved Braun to SmackDown. I mean, really showed nothing at this point until, when they fired him. Up until this point, but until like he put Jacob Fatu over in the Last Man Standing match, which I mean, thank you, Braun, but it's also like now it's like when you mentioned his injury. I mean, I remember he did have like the neck injury where he came
Right.
back pretty soon, and like, it always seemed something was off this run with him, where he was like, where it's not like the aura from before, but it's also like every time he came, I was like, oh, okay, there's Braun. Nice to see him again.
Well, it also seemed like they were putting him in matches as though, like, if they were gonna have Teddy Long announce that an Undertaker match with somebody, it was like he was just gonna be him getting thrown in with somebody just because it was punishment or something. Um,
Yeah, that's how his character was always based off of. It's like
right.
it was kind of like he was the new Undertaker. It was like you got to go 1-on-1 with Braun Strowman.
I think that for him, honestly, if I don't see uh if I don't hi, how you doing, dear?
Oh,
Um
is that who I think it is?
if I don't see wrestling for him, I honestly believe that movies and TV is right up for him. Honestly, if he's not going to wrestle, he should be in movies and TV. Like he should just be doing that. He could be like Kevin Nash or some shit. Like
Yeah.
honestly,
I mean, look at him. I mean, movie directors would definitely love to pitch him as like the scary new monster, or he like do something with it. But remember what I said when he's like he's gonna follow EC3 and maybe try to control your narrative again.
oh God, no! Please don't do that.
But at least I think the NWA thing maybe would be open for him because I mean, like you said, if he's like seriously hurt and he can't go as 100% as he could, I mean, if EC3 wants to hire a bodyguard, this dude, they're friends in real life. Might as well take that type of pay job. It's
Right.
also Billy Corgan. I mean, Billy would definitely give this dude a shot, like at a movie premiere or something.
Shit, Homicide is working the booking of it too. He might as well fucking take him in and do something with him, right?
Maybe.
Next up, um,
My
Dakota
my,
Kai.
my friend at work was very upset about this one.
I have to say that I wasn't. I actually thought that she would have gotten cut maybe 6 months earlier. But it's because it's not that
Well,
she's not
remember, second time technically she got cut.
right, but I. It's just the injury bug with her. She just gets hurt and just like it's just on the most, you know, I don't know, just like the unusual aspects. I was kind of like I kind of was on the belief that she would have been out the door earlier, but
Right.
not to say she's not talented in ring. Um, I thought putting her with Damage Control was a great fit, great look for her. Um,
Especially now we find out that apparently she wasn't originally supposed to be pegged for that.
right,
They only want different people, but yeah.
right. But she fit fine. I thought she did what she could,
I was so
and
excited when she returned in 2022. That was SummerSlam.
yeah, I I just felt as though that you kind of waited for that next injury to happen, and it sucks, but that's what you felt was going to happen with her. Never really got. I mean, in NXT, she had some really good matches until she got hurt,
Right.
and yeah, there's a upswing for her. I really believe that she's another one that definitely TNA bound, but if not, she's definitely going to be an AEW scouted. She's definitely going to be out there.
I mean, there's already reports saying that the top companies are whatever that means. Really, top companies are looking to bring her in because when you think about it, when she got released the first time, it was kind of like like really the type of thing where it was like budget cuts, excuses. But then when this time around, when you think back to from 2022 to now to all the injuries she accumulated, like where it was like either minor ones or major ones, it's like every year it seems like she got something wrong with her.
Right.
And then they tried with her with the Intercontinental title introduction, where I give WWE a lot of credit, where they made her like in the finals with it, where they gave her the chance, and like once again, I think it's just the small injuries where the company had to look at that, and be like, listen, like, if we put her out there and she gets hurt, we're screwed.
Yeah. I don't see that she's gonna be out of work for long. If anything, she's just definitely gonna just work on probably more gimmick wise and such, but everything else ring wise, she's solid. She's a good worker, so I don't see her mi- missing any time too long.
And her and her boyfriend now get to pick their new company together. I mean, because her and Eddie Thorpe are item now,
Right.
so
Next up,
yes, this one,
okay,
Cora Jade.
this is weird. This is and unusual. This is just a shocking release. Yes, to say the least, shocking release. Your thoughts first of all.
When she debuted for NXT 2.0 as this weird alternative skater chick, and they initially called her like Darby, like female Darby Allen. But I will say it was very rough at the beginning with her. I mean, her in-ring style was just okay. Her promos are not the best. But then over the years, like she suffered her ACL injury, and then when she turned heel, I mean, then you just drastically see she's doing body modifications, and she's definitely, if that was her route, that's her choice. I'm not saying anything like that, but definitely, I just never saw any improvements of her like, as an in-ring wrestler. It was just all looks and just all that type of stuff for her. Honestly, for me,
Only 24 years old. I thought that they was actually going to be doing more with her. I thought with the possibility of moving Roxanne Perez up, that she would have probably been next in line.
right? But again, they have Julia, Jordan, Stephanie, Zarya, like that. Like she's definitely fell out of the mix quickly, and I don't know what it is. Genuinely felt like she was gonna be. I mean, but during the NXT 2.0s, they era, they were pegging her to be like the next Sasha Banks. I was like, what do you see in Cora Jade that can be like similar to Sasha Banks? Like I didn't see it. I never saw it.
Wouldn't say it's Sasha Banks, but I would say that ring wise, she was
Okay.
getting better. She was getting better, but not by leaps and bounds. Like there's a difference when you've seen leaps and bounds. Like Liv Morgan, she got better leaps and bounds. You know, you got to see that instant change with when it came to work wise. I can't compare it to that, but I can say she was progressing slowly. She was getting there. And like I said, with Roxanne getting that move to the main roster, I thought that she would have been the easiest, the next catalyst to be a big heel there. She's already teasing OnlyFans. I'm like, come on, really, girl? Stop playing. You can get the money there, but got thirsty. AEW is gonna be fucking coming after her for at least maybe early on for Ring of Honor.
I mean, but also let's remember too, she's really good friends with CM Punk, and Phil would definitely tell like she'd probably go to him and say, "What would be the best thing for me?" He definitely.
I forgot about that factor. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
I mean, TNA is pretty much the only thing, really, unless she wants to go overseas to Japan. But I mean, we'll see in 30 days. She's already changed her name back to Atlanta Black, so we'll see. We'll see what she does in 30 days.
Yeah. True. I forgot the whole CM Punk connection there. Yeah. Yeah. TNA. That'll probably be the next one. She did dance there for a little bit. Like she did a run there, right?
Oh yeah.
She did an
invasion. I got confused when you said dance. I was like, what? Oh, I was like, oh, you mean like she did those? Yeah, she was there for a little bit too. Okay, this one kind of annoys me.
Not shocking, but shocking. If you get my drift, and not shocking, but shocking. I thought they are the reasons why you should have the fucking tag team belts. Honestly,
might as well give them the tag belts on the way out. Because why?
And
you literally just threw away your women's tag team division, and it's kind of insane to say it's one team, but this was the team they made from scratch, and they maybe one could do better without the other, but they were made to be together.
And at the same time, they were both fucking. They were solid. The chemistry with them was great.
A lot of the matches, like a lot of the offense they come up with, is very innovative, and I mean TNA. They'll be happy to take this team up and do more with the TNA knockout side belts.
Definitely.
But I mean, did you also see Damian Priest's face on Friday? He looked definitely pissed off and upset to hear about girlfriend, best friend, Katie Carter getting the axe. But it's also like when them two were not being. They got moved to SmackDown, and then you just never saw them again. They were advertised for a 6-woman tag. They never even made the cut. They got the axe on TV like weeks ago.
Yeah, I think this is another pairing, another group that's not going to be far away. They're going to keep them on a rope for a little bit. Like I said, and you mentioned TNA would definitely help with that knockout tag division. They'll definitely bring some eyes to the product. Mm-hmm. But a reason why I said not shocking is because that's what WWE does. Just when you think the Vince shit is gone, his ghost is still around. And he's not dead, but his fucking business ghost is still lingering in the building. Wow. And this is what we saw with this release. I was just like, okay, what are we doing here? What the fuck?
Especially in the case for Katana Chance, Casey Kanzar, who... When they brought her in, they were picking her. Oh, like she's America's greatest ninja warrior competitor. Like look how athletic she is. And then I was like, then they paired her with Kaden, and then they're like, oh, look how creative these two women are. And then a couple of years ago, they get the main roster call up, and then one quick run with the belts, and it's over.
Didn't we get an injury bug with them as well? That they was like,
not really.
I thought one went out, and then they had to like put them on the sideline. Yeah, but maybe not. But even still, it's like, come on, you had it. You like you said, you might as well just Ship the tag team titles with them. Put it out the door. We'll move them out.
Yeah, the women's tag team division is dead. I mean, just give them the belts. Just fucking say thank you for what you did, and here are commemorative WWE belts.
Exactly.
Like for fuck's sake.
And
This one, yeah.
finally, my homie. This is my girl. This is her and I drink 40s with one hand together. This is my people, Shayna Baszler.
I know one job you'll take, and it'll fit right perfectly. Fucking take your best friend Marina Shafir's job, and you're locked in, girl.
Oh, yeah, she's definitely a Death Rider, right?
Right.
Let me tell you, had a fantastic run early in her career. There's no denying it. Her NXT run was splendid. They teased just for a short while that she could possibly have that same kind of dominance in the main roster, but then it just whoop, taken away.
Turn into a vampire on night one.
Right. And then
Lost to
had,
Becky, and then they teamed her immediately with Nia, which was a weird oddball team.
uh, her pairing with Ronda, they had for a little while. They were dominant there.
The match, the blow-off match with SummerSlam sucked, but she still looked better out of it. I mean, and then this recent run with the Pure Fusion Collective, I mean, the name sucks, but at least you were trying something. But at least for Shane, I think her NXT run will be the memorable part of her WWE run.
This is my this is one of those that I have on my WWE 2K25 universe mode that I refuse to put her anywhere else. I'm keeping her on one of the shows. I'm not moving her anywhere. She's still gonna be on either Raw or SmackDown. No, I refuse. I'm in denial with this one. This is not happening.
Wow.
She's
also old. She's in her is she 40 at this point? Like, how old is this woman?
Yeah, she's got to be at least 40 by now. Let me quick look. Yeah, she's 44 years old. Like,
okay,
yeah. But still, look like she can fucking fight. Like, I mean, honestly, let's go.
I think the problem was for us too is that she never really won. Like once she got to the main roster, it was kind of like you should be killing Liv Morgan, or you should be killing these brawns. But it's like she's not winning anything. She was mainly used as a utility player, which look at Zoe Stark. That's kind of how she's stuck in that mold. And I think everybody was waiting with bated breath to see if like, is she next to get the axe? But I think Zoe's going to be stay a little longer.
Yeah, I think with Zoe, she has that Booker T rub a little bit. So look at this. You had NXT Women's Title Women's Champion 2 times, WWE Tag Team Title 3 times with Nia and Ronda, and that's it. That's all you gave her. That's it.
Never won the Raw or SmackDown Women's belt. She challenged for them, but I mean, she was never successful.
Right. Yeah, that's it. For her, she has a big connection still with Bloodsport with Barnett, so she'll always have a gig there. You know, he was the one that introduced her to the business, so yeah, that's there.
Definitely both, though, don't you think?
Yeah, but I also have to say as well, for AEW, I mean, I know Mox wouldn't mind getting someone like her there.
I mean, she's a better Marina Shafir. Let's be real here.
But I'll tell you one thing though, if you were gonna send her to AEW, I'd send her and lock her up with the fucking Hurt Business. She would be fucking great with them as well. Fuck that.
True.
Shit. Yeah, let's get her busy on that side. What I'm looking at TNA. What other do they have any other bruisers that's there anymore? I mean,
not really.
Blanchard is there.
Nobody like Shayna Styles like in TNA.
Right. So I don't know.
It's definitely interesting if you're watching this. People we're like, why do you keep saying TNA? But it's also like, despite WWE working with TNA still is their own business. So if they want to hire these women, they're allowed to. Just
Right.
like, because I mean, like Dana Brooke works for TNA, and they don't call her Dana Brooke. I mean, there's women like Xia Lee's in TNA as well. So it's like, I mean, it's one of those things where, in this case, where it's like, why do you have to release them? Why can't you say, okay, you're gonna be going over here, like spread your wings? I mean, it's pretty much just WWE wants to get rid of their contracts at
Right.
this point.
And plus with TNA, they actually take care of their women. You know, they're actually more looked upon as uh wrestlers. I still hate the fact that they're called knockouts. I think that should be. I know I know that's just you know, to defer from what other women's wrestling is,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I think that they actually take, you know, they have more of a uh uh understanding of what they do with women's wrestling over there.
Mm-hmm.
So, but if she's AEW bound, rather than be Death Rider, it definitely should be with Hurt Business.
Right. I mean,
And
it'd definitely be interesting to see her with her syndicate against John Moxley and Marina. Like definitely be something there, maybe.
yeah, that one just that one irked me. That's my homie right there. That's my people's. That's Miss Baszler. That's a real. I can't do the I can't do the Baszler. I can't do it. No. We always do that voice, but she doesn't talk like that. Plus, she's a fucking gamer, dude. Like, oh come
Mm-hmm.
on, man. Well, I hope she still shows up on Up Up Down Down. She pops up there from time to time.
I mean, I think the only one that really stays there is Tyler Breeze, and he's like,
Yeah,
I think that's pretty much it for everybody that got released.
yeah. That was pretty much the general.
Is there anybody that didn't get released that card? I mean, a lot of people were pretty much saying Nikita Lyons is the JTG of the women's division because like
Well, I heard that they moving her to Evolve.
the moving her from developmental to secondary developmental.
Initial developmental. But
Because I mean,
she's another injury prone. She can't stay healthy.
she's never around too. It's like she like goes after people because when they say like where the fuck are you? Are you healthy? Like what's your problem? And she's like clapping back like, oh, I'm fine. I'm doing my thing. It's like, what the fuck's your thing? You
Her
don't
thing,
wrestle. You do podcasts. You don't do. What do you do?
her thing is sitting there shaking that ass. That's what her thing is. Shit.
And she just lost her best friend. Jakara just got fired too. So it's probably
Yeah.
like, I don't know.
But
And what do you think of the reasoning too? Because apparently it came out that these were down to like pretty much cuts, look at their ages, and for a lot of the NXT people, it's because of laziness and lack of training.
that's fucking horse shit. You know, I would love to be, and I had mentioned this before. I said I would love to be a fly on the wall when this is happening, so you could get you could hear the real reasoning of why this is happening. Like, you know, contract wise, creative has nothing for you, whatever the fuck. Like, I want to hear the real reason because, you know, like I mentioned, for like a Cora Jade, for Jakara,
GG.
for Gigi, Eddie Thorpe, like these, there was an upswing for them. There was something happening for them there. But you know, it's also got to be shockers somewhere, right? They got to have some shocking releases, so they all can't be I could see that coming. But yeah, I'm, you know, disappointing to see, but as in wrestling, I'm glad that now with the opportunities that's available, and this is why I always tell people I don't hate other companies. I love other companies because it gives people the opportunity to continue working if they want to. And I'm glad that this is what we have, that there's opportunities for other people to work. So hopefully after this future endeavors, we'll see them land on their feet somewhere else.
Mm. Also, a lot of female names this round too.
Yeah, there was a lot of women that went out, and I think so. I think it's because there's been such an afflux of women that has been coming in through NXT and what's happening, that they needed to cut the fat, as they would say. But I always tell people, I said, this is what you want now, because now gives the opportunity to the people that you like, that you so-called like, to now find a way to shine. You know, now this is your way of moving yourself up the roster. So we'll see what happens then and there.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, going to close it out here. Just make sure that you guys check us out on all the podcasting outlets on Turnbuckle Tabloid. Be checking in here on YouTube and on the Facebook. Now that I got it's going to be on my my personal page, but also I'll be sharing it to the Facebook group page. And congratulations to us. We made 1,000 followers on the Facebook group page. We hit 1,000. It's been a long time coming, Mike, where we finally did it.
Mm-hmm.
Wanna thank you guys for partaking and being a part of that, and for every one of you guys who, and I should have did it as a
Breaking news.
for all you guys that for all you guys that follow us on the Facebook page, like and subscribe for us on YouTube. Make sure you do that.
Mm-hmm.
Not only on the Turnbuckle Tabloid page, but also show some love to New York Wrestle Media. Got much coming down the way going down there. Congratulations to you guys. You guys cracked large viewerships this week on your Paul Heyman video, man. Good
Yeah,
job.
we cracked 100, and so just want to say thank you everybody for tuning in and listening to the episode.
Yeah, guys. And as always, thank you guys for checking in. Much more coming down the line. And follow us on our socials. Make sure you check us out on Turnbuckle Tabloid as well as New York Wrestle Medias on their socials as well. And much more coming down. And as always, guys, check you guys in a sec.